Sevens Big League at 7:30 tomorrow night. I'm Peter Landy on behalf of all at Seven Sport. A very good night to you all.
Picked up by Reid, a hurried kick out towards centre wing. Good use of the body by Shaw. Alvin's there with him again, but it's picked up by Abernethy. In the road, Perovic got one hand to it. Oh, Dacos, here's a chance for a score. Mr. Magic shoots it, goal. I think it's there. First goal for the Magpies.
Well, that's Dacos at his best, Bob.
Yes, from the moment Dacos gained possession, Lou, you could almost see a goal coming up. He really misses opportunities like that one, and that was Peter Dacos at his best. He read it to perfection, and then his disposal was equal to the way he saw the ball coming off the pack.
Well, we're back in the centre again. Just on the 7-minute mark, Collingwood 1 goal, 6 points to Carlton, 1 point only. Perfect day for football. Knocked out by Fellows, pushed on by Gary Shaw. Over the head of Fanks, picked up now by Perovic. He drives it out wide to the wing position. There's a race going on now between Mullane. He gets there first. Mullane taps the ball on and it's out of bounds. He and Dean had a great tussle that time.
They certainly did, Lou, but Blackwell, after doing the job against a good job against Matthews last week, has the job this week of Collingwood star Peter Dacos.
Well, they both go down the ruckman. Rains comes in, he's grabbed, tries to shrug his opponent clear. Out it goes to Gary Shaw, grabs that but goes down. Oh, the umpire's paid a mark for that.
It didn't get 10 metres,
I reckon it went about 4 metres. Banks punched away by Perovic. Buckley threading his way through the pack. Good shot as he drives the ball down there. Oh, down goes Murphy, but he'll have to pay a free kick. Copped a heavy one from Phillips, but he's a tough little character. The ball back there, coming across to meet it is Taylor. Taylor takes the mark at centre-half back, a long hand pass out to Shaw. He's had about 5 possessions so far. Goes for a short pass, looking for Ronnie Andrews, gets away from Reid, drives the ball down there, looking for Collingwood. He's got it, McMullen. Beautiful play by Ronnie Andrews.
Bit of speed.
Well, he got away from Reid, left him standing there grabbing fresh air. What a bit of a performance by Ronnie Andrews. Now it's McMullen who kicked 5 goals last week from about 40 metres out. There it is on its way, but he's off target. And it's through for 1 point. So Collingwood move on to 1 goal, 1-7 to Carlton, 1 point only. Into this quarter by just over 8.5 minutes.
Bruce Doull equaling the Carlton club record, 331 games, wide to Reid, and Reid takes the mark at left half-back flank. Reid up towards centre wing. In front is Jones, knocked away by Fellows. Rains just about best on the ground last week, collides with Blackwell. Hurried hand pass, intercepted well by Mullane. He's over the boundary line, likewise the ball. And the boundary throw in right half forward for Collingwood. Looking pretty good at the moment. Their half-back line has stood up to the test so far. Jones to Ashman. Good work by Carlton. Alvin and Shaw. Alvin wins out on this occasion the first time. Buckley, left centre wing. Wide, out towards half forward. Bounce, favours Collingwood. Chance for Phillips. High kick, in fact, it's pretty close to the boundary line. In front is Jones, and a great mark. Oh, he's lost his shorts. Let's watch that again. Might be R-rated, this.
Not quite.
Well, his name is Wow. He nearly found out why there. Picked up by Dean. Up towards half forward for Carlton, but McEwen doing a great job down there at the moment. He's beaten Madden pointless on this occasion. The hand pass to Abernethy. And Collingwood running the ball well out of defence. Abernethy straight down the centre of the ground. A beautiful long kick. It might be downfield.
Yes, stupid play by Justin Madden. No, there's no point. When a player comes across to Shepherd, there's no sense whatsoever in, putting up the elbow and acting tough. You really have to play tough if you're going to be that way, and that's stupid. It's a goal to Collingwood from Justin Madden.
Good comment, Bob.
McMullen, and Madden being taken straight off by Parkin. It's a goal too. Now Bob Skilton's right. So McMullen brings up his first goal. He kicked 5 last week, and Collingwood 2-1, leading Carlton 1 behind.
Coming up next, our TAB Footy Bets competition. Then it's back to the action on Sevens Big League.
It's on. The great Nissan Bluebird $1,000 gift. It's big, and people are racing in as Nissan gives you $1,000 on every Bluebird sedan, $750 on every Bluebird wagon. As a gift, you'll save. So join the rush to Bluebird. Get up to $1,000 rebate and save as Nissan dealers put up their best ever Bluebird deals. It's a gift. The great Nissan Bluebird $1,000 gift. There's never been a better time to...
Come alive, come and drive Nissan.
But no matter how far or how wide I roam, I still call Australia. I still call Australia. I still call Australia home. From National.
Grant Kenny, Iron Man. Kellogg's Nutrigrain, Iron Man food. Corn, oats, wheat. 5 vitamins and iron with 20% protein.
Tastes great. Stays crunchy.
Kellogg's Nutrigrain, Iron Man food.
Follow the build-up to the 1984 VFL Grand Final with 7 Sport. Saturday, Carlton face hot competition when they take on Collingwood at VFL Park in the first semi-final. 7's Big League, 6:30 Saturday on 7, the football specialists.
On 7's Big League, time for our TAB footy bet competition right now. We'll be showing you a time, and at that time corresponds to the time on your TAB footy bet ticket today. 12:08 is the time we're looking for, then telephone 268-2174 right now. If you're either the first or second viewer through, you'll be $250 richer with the compliments of NEC. Let's go back to our replay now, and this time we pick up the play at the 16-minute mark of the first quarter out at VFL Park.
Half back. Collingwood 2-2, 14 to Carlton 2 points only. The ball back out there towards the wing position. The mark dropped by Aberneth. That's the first mistake he's made. It could be a free kick to Sheldon against Banks' grab when he didn't have the ball that time. Into this quarter by just on 16 and a half minutes as Sheldon drives it over the Carlton half-forward line. Fellows knocked down now to Taylor. Hand pass to Gary Shaw. Didn't have a hot day last week. His kicker's out wide looking for Dacos and Blackwell. Blackwell's with him, but he gets away from Blackwell. Left him for dead as the ball goes up there towards Harms again. Doing a lot better today, Bob.
Yes, he's playing well in the back pocket, Lou. I think it's probably his best position, really, and but he is an attacking player, and so he's always likely to be a risk.
There's the kick by McConville. But the umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Dean of Carlton out there on the centre wing position. Carlton desperately needing a goal as it goes down there towards Ralph and McCormack. It beats them both and the ball is out of bounds. It's out of bounds about 45 metres around from the Carlton goal, and they're 2 points to Collingwood, 2 goals, 2-14 as we approach the 17.5-minute mark of this first quarter. And the pace has been a crackerjack with a capacity housey today. A perfect day for football. Not a breath of wind here. Pack set themselves. There's McClure taking it off Fellows. Good play by McClure as the ball goes up towards Ralph and McCormack. He's got it, Ralph. A great mark. Outmaneuver McCormack. He's going to be a danger today.
This is the one that Carlton really need, because Collingwood with 2 goals on the board with out Carlton scoring, and Ralph used his body to perfection on that occasion, stuck the rear out and made sure that McCormack wasn't able to punch the ball away, and that was a perfect example of how a forward should go for his mark. Well, be in the front position, stand your ground.
Ralph from about 5 metres out, just about directly in front, should put their first goal on the board. There it is on its way. Oh, he squeezed that one in for a goal. So it's Carlton 1 goal, 2-8 points to Collingwood, 2 goals, 2-14.
Yes, a lovely goal from Warren Ralph, but Meldrum doing a good job around the packs for Carlton. He's carried on his form from last week, and it's so far in general play a fairly even game. I think it's the Collingwood defence that have Collingwood in front at the moment. Phillips has been superb at centre half back. He's had good support from players like McKeon and Taylor.
Madden warming up on the boundary line again. 18.5 minutes gone, first quarter. 6 points the difference now. First term picked up by Gary Shaw. His kick is well smothered though, but Collingwood is still swinging to attack it. It's driven up by Abernethy. That's about his 7th possession for the term. Reid gets it knocked away by Andrews. A chance for Williams. Burrows in. Can't come out with the ball, though, and the umpire has decided on about 35 metres out from the Collingwood goal.
Well, Williams is struggling to get a kick at the moment, but there's only one to beat his duels on his tail.
6 points, 1-2 to 2-2. Dacos trying to come out with the ball. Alvin's right there with him. Once again, I think we'll see a bounce.
And Pete, I've always reckoned that if the coach said to me, Bruce Dool is your opponent today, then he's crook on you.
That's right.
The coach I've been.
Well, I'd go one better, I'd go home.
Andrews getting up high, might have given away the free kick. That's how the umpire has seen it. And Grant Jones to take the free kick for Carlton at right half-back. Carlton steadying a little bit now. Oh, Ashman stumbles. Good knock on there by Andrews. Gets it away from Reid. Might have got into his back, though. No, says the umpire, a play on call. Blackwell does, out to Jones, close to the boundary line. Jones hooks it up towards centre wing. Taylor playing in front. Takes the mark from Dean.
Can't understand handball like that. It's better for Ashman to be where the ball is going to land and be a rover rather than running around the back looking for easy kicks. Jones and Banks through Ashman's legs on that occasion and having a good run so far, Rod. Picked up by Perovic. Ferros and McClure. Neither can take the grab. Oh, Murphy went without the ball that time. It's flicked out, picked up by McEwen to Brown. Brown at centre half-back. Long hand pass. Toomey goes for a pass down to half-forward, and that's okay. The mark is taken by Banks in front of Alvin. He plays on. He's gone for a pass. Tony Shaw. No, he can't take it. First mistake he's made, Shaw, but he's playing a ripper game for Collingwood at the moment. Ashman taps it to Alvin, who fumbles. He's not having a day. At the Glascott. Over the top. Perovic just about caught. Up the centre wing, Fraser Murphy takes the mark. Murphy looks for a lead, scoots off. Johnston, knocked away by McEwen. He's doing a great job down there. Very impressed with his display today. He lets me down there. Johnson sockets it out of bounds. Not almost. No, it won't be a free kick. We're in danger, but it will be a boundary throw-in. Left forward pocket for Carlton. Well, Warren Ruff on that occasion had a golden opportunity, but took his eye off the ball. When McEwen missed it, he could have just picked it up and gone for his life.
21 minutes gone. A boundary throw in Carlton's forward pocket. A shot for goal by Dean. Well off target. The ball, no, it's marked by McEwen, and he takes that in right back pocket.
Well, as Pete said, McEwen doing a great job. Goes for the hand pass. Over it goes to Taylor. Back to Phillips. Usually a long kick. He's gone for one now out wide to Raines. And Raines has taken the mark out there on that half-back flank position. Another long kick. There's a chance for Richardson getting away from Harms and takes the mark at half-forward. He quickly plays on. Hooks the ball back there towards Andrews and Reid. Andrews at the back. Reid in front. That's the way to play. It could be a free kick to Reid. Well, Reid's doing the right thing with Andrews.
He's on top of him.
Yes, he's playing in front of him. As you can see there, Andrews is trying to grab them from the back. You can't do that. Reid goes for the boundary line. Out there towards the half-back line. Punched away by Talbot. That's a good mark to Dean. They're not doing too badly in this first quarter. Hand pass to Glasgow. He's look-alike. As the ball finally goes back out there towards the wing position. McClure and Phillips, but McClure, what a great player this fella been over the years. He's off like a shot. Gets a left footer up there looking for Ralph. McCormack comes out. Knocks the ball on. Coming in to meet it now is Mullane. It bounces okay for him out there at half-back. He certainly goes for the long kick out wide. Coming out to meet it now is McConville. Right on his tail is McMullen. A hand pass back to Perovic, and Carlton looking all right as they get it over to Alvin. Alvin right on the edge of the square. Goes for a kick across to centre half forward. Oh, there's a go now for Ralph. Running for an open goal. Let's fly. It's a long shot, and it's a beauty. It's a ripper by Ralph. That's his second. What a goal. Magnificent play by Ralph.
This Holden Camira supercar made a grand entrance into the Australian car market. It received the Car of the Year award and has remained the #1 seller in its class. To prove its economy, it was driven from Melbourne to Sydney on less than a tankful of petrol. Now, with the new models coming, Holden is making you a grand offer. $1,000 cash back on every new Camira sold during the grand end-of-model sale. That's $1,000 cash back, but only while stocks last.
$50 this one.
Right. Had a hair done today. Here's that nice young man again.
He's pressed the wrong numbers.
Oh, he got it wrong yesterday too.
Time for a break.
Let's have a Kit Kat.
When you have a break, have a Kit Kat. Crisp wafer fingers covered in milk chocolate.
Oh, he's got it right.
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Maybe your floors will never feel the weight of an elephant, but the traffic over home or office carpets can still add up to jumbo-size pounding. What you need to assure long carpet life is Huga Magic. These floors have it, and need never show damage or wear because Huga carpet squares can be replaced or moved round to share the wear. Flexibility, adaptability, call it Hugability for home or office. Huga, the good-looking carpet squares that let you walk all over them.
Contact the Huga Design Centre or your Huga retailer.
On payday, why waste time standing in a bank queue? When you're paid in cash, you can please yourself, grab a bargain, or take your time over lunch. Do the weekly shopping, or just fill in your lucky numbers. After all, you've never really been paid until you've got cash. You can count on cash, and you can count on Armourguard.
Park. Sevens big league from league headquarters. Madden back in the ruck. He was dragged off the ground by David Parkin after he gave away a silly free kick earlier. Picked up by Richardson. He's in trouble. Caught. A play on call. I think a correct decision. Now we'll see a ball up. Sevens big league going to ESPN in the United States and CTV in Canada.
The crowd talking about a push in the back, but the mistake was made before that, Pete.
Should have been holding the ball, I feel.
That's right. You're right, Bob.
A bounce. Half forward for Carlton. Madden wins it. Picked up by Blackwell. Yes, good mark of Toomey playing in front of Meldrum. Ashman might give away 15 metres. No, says the umpire. Toomey goes wide. He's gone for a pass to Gary Shaw, who'll be hoping for a better day than he had last week, one of his worst for the year. Tony Shaw. McMullen. Looking for someone to give it to. Goes over the top of Wayne Harms. Back to Tony Shaw. Easily Collingwood's best player at the moment. Shaw shot into Williams. Knocked away by Dool and hit the post from behind. Collingwood lead by that margin.
Well, it's an amazing thing, you know. Last week, Williams had 7 kicks for 6 goals, but he's finding it hard to get 1 kick today against Dool.
Not surprising. Now the ball will be kicked in again, I think, because the umpire hadn't finished waving the flags, or somebody was too near when it was kicked off.
So I often wonder whether you should be penalise a side when it's your teammate that's too close.
Yes, one of the grey areas in the rules. Sometimes even confuses the players or the commentators. Glascott diving on top of it. Umpire Kevin Smith has decided on a bounce. And certainly the warmest day we've had for football for some considerable time. The fitter side will certainly win today, I feel. Derek Shaw now having a stint on the ball. Gets one in the back. No free kick there. And again, we'll see a bounce. I think it's becoming pretty crowded down there. Still in Collingwood's attacking zone. The Magpies lead by a point at the 25-minute mark, so we're just entering the time-on period now.
Well, it won't be a long quarter, Pete, because it's been a pretty low-scoring first quarter.
Yes, only 4 goals kicked. Derek Shaw and Madden. Blackwell, short kick in towards the centre square. The bounce doesn't favour Mullane, it favours Sheldon. Has he been switched wings? He could have been. Up to half forward. Johnson goes the knock on. Looks a little bit short of a gallop for mine. Meldrum can't pick it up. It's out of bounds, and we'll see a boundary throw in it left half forward flank for the Carlton side.
25.5 minutes gone, and scores dead level. Collingwood in front by a point. 2 goals, 3-15 to Carlton, 2-2-14. Ball out of bounds. Ball back into play again. There's a wrestle going on. It's thrown out to Rains. Oh, he slips through the pack beauty that time as he drives it out. There's a chance for Ashman to mark. Right on the line.
Out of bounds, Luke.
And the umpire said it'll be a penalty free kick there. Ashman back to centre half forward. Ball punched out by McEwen. Richardson overran the ball. He's not having a hot day today as it finally comes out to Phillips. A hand pass, a good one over there to Rains. Rains goes for a pass, looking for McMullen, flies. McConville's there, it hits the deck, coming into metres. Oh, good play by Harms, doing a great job today down there in defence. A hurried kick by Perovic. Going after it now is Alvin. Chasing Alvin is McCullum. He goes down, it's down. Umpire said it's a push in the back. I thought that was a fair bump, Bob.
Definitely not, Lou. Bad play by McMullen. Alvin was running up and down as though he couldn't find any legs at all.
By the replay, Bob, it looked like a fair bump.
Looked like a push to me, Lou.
OK, mate, there we go. The ball dropped that time by Dacott, but he recovers OK. It's Abernathy getting a grubber. Tony Shaw picks that one up. He balks nicely. A hand pass coming over to Rains. Gets around Blackwell. No, he doesn't. He grabbed him. There's the hand pass. Back to McConville. Spins away from Shaw. And the ball, a hand pass. Intercepted that time by Dacos. There's a long kick up there towards the full forward zone. Williams and Dool having a great tussle. Now it's Harms, and with Williams down he goes. There's a chance now for Williams. He's got it. Oh, great play. That's what they call sheer determination. What a great bit of play. Oh, he's a gutsy player, isn't he?
7 points the difference. Time on period, first quarter.
Coming up next on 7's Big League, a thrilling second quarter.
To better understand the extraordinary value of a TAA Take 7 holiday to the Gold Coast, just close your eyes. Take 7 to the Gold Coast from just $354. For details, talk to your travel agent or TAA, the friendly way.
That's why Just Jeans have got together their biggest range of brands, styles and colours in practically every size. Because, well, there's no such thing as an average guy. Right, Max? Here's wrapped in his Lee Cooper stretch canvas, or there's Lee stretch, Wrangler canvas, or Amco linen Bogarts. Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks?
Just Jeans, 'cause no one's just average.
Well, with some insurance companies, you can have a job like this hanging around forever, waiting for the assessor to check it over.
With State Insurance Office, the assessor's there the next day. SIO take quotes over the phone, and they send an assessor within 24 hours.
That soon. Okay, thanks. Yeah, that's quick service, Alan. You're lucky you're with State.
Ask a man who knows. SIO will get you back on the road faster.
Victorian grown, Victoria's own, where the S-I-O.
Claudia Cardinali, Stacey Keach, Lindsay Wagner, Robert Urich, Paul Michael Glaser, Barbara Bach, Ringo Starr and Mariette Van Camp as Princess Daisy, a dazzling 2-part movie special, Tuesday and Wednesday at 8:30 on 7.
1 o'clock. Jones in ruck for Carlton, starting the term, and he'll be doing battle with Derek Shaw down to Perovic. In fact, it was too long for Perovic. Harms overruns the ball likewise, and the chance for Gary Shaw. Only of Shaw's on the Collingwood side today. Williams overruns it likewise. Dooley's shadow as there was in, gets it out to McConville. Back into the side today. McConville's kick is out wide, eluding Glascott, I think. Yes, he can't gather it before the boundary line, and we will see a throw in at right half forward flank. Jones and Banks. Well, Jones has got the height there, but Banks actually made better position and got the tap out. Blackwell just about on the ball, and it will be a ball up. So ball up at right half forward flank for Collingwood. A long way from their goal. Andrews doing battle with Jones. McConville tries to hit it down to Sheldon. That's effective. Sheldon can't get clear. Now he's okay. Ball high towards the boundary line. Coming in the metre is Fraser Murphy. Gets grabbed by Phillips. Well, not in possession, actually. McClure up to Meldrum. In pursuit is Toomey. He can't handle the ball. It's out of bounds again. And this time it's left half forward flank for Carlton. First spring sunshine of note. Derek Shaw, all fumbles. About his first kick for the day. 2 Carlton players are there. They probably spoiled each other, Perovic and Jones. Out to Ashman from Blackwell. Tripp, it's got a free kick.
Tripp beat.
Blackwell again. Sheldon. Doing a little bit better now. Derek Shaw, yes, good grab. David Cloak out of the side. Shaw, his replacement. Shaw goes straight down the ground. Elvin is there, though, and he, too, is doing better on Tony Shaw. Just about through that one out to Harms. Harms could score from here. Running into goal from 40 metres out. His shot is through, I think. Yes, he's put it through. Great goal by Harms. Certainly playing better than last week, and Carlton come within 2 points. 3-2 to 3-4 at VFL Park.
There's a wonderfully attacking goal by Wayne Harms, but if we watch on replay, watch the handball by Tom Elvin. A very quick handball. Read the play to perfection, heard Harms coming down the ground, gave the hand pass across, and you can credit that goal to Tom Elvin. He certainly, was the player responsible for that goal.
2 points the difference at the 2.5-minute mark of the second quarter. Knocked out by Derek Shaw. Grabs it again. He couldn't get a kick. Finally, Alvin doing a great job. A hand pass over there to Ashman, but smothered by Mullane. Spreads Eagles the pack. Oh, beautiful play. Short pass, it's okay. Over to Abernathy. Abernathy look for a lead. It'll be okay. Out to Richardson on his own. Now he's got a chance to run to an open goal. A left footer, but it's not a great kick. Actually took that pretty casual as he fired for the goals that time and put it through for 1 point. So it's 3 points the difference.
Well, I think he does look that way, but Harm's not putting enough pressure on him nonetheless.
Ball out there towards Banks. Got the sit here. He's got the mark. Over the top of Buckley. Dennis Banks at half-forward. Another short pass coming up to Williams. Flies in front of Dool. Dool let him get a one that time. And he's got the mark about 45 metres out from goal. But this will be a difficult one for Williams, the captain of Collingwood. He's already kicked 1 goal.
I think we saw the fairness of Dool there too, Lou, when he realised he wasn't going to quite reach it. He could have easily been like a lot of other players and just came straight over the top for Williams, but he doesn't play that way.
And could have given a foolish 15 metres away. Bob, as the kick by Williams is on its way. And it's Andrews trying to juggle that one. It comes down now. Here's a chance for McMullen. A hand pass comes back to Andrews, back to McMullen. A snap at goal. I think he might have put this through. He has. Oh, great play by Andrews and 2 goals to McMullen. So it's 3 goals to 20 Carlton to Collingwood 4-5-29.
Well, to use your saying, Lou, when you're hot, you're hot. McMullen is really hot at the moment because things are really running for him, because it went this way, it went that way, he lost it, it comes across, he loses it completely, and Andrews now gives it back to him, and the ball chasing McMullen on that occasion, but he finished it off with a lovely goal.
2 goals to McMullen now, 2 goals to Ralph. Last week, Stars doing it again in the first and second semi-finals. 4.5 minutes gone. Abernathy, left centre wing. He's gone for a pass out to Rains, who came good in the latter stages of the first quarter. Out to Gary Shaw. Shaw straightens up. He's gone for a pass. Beautiful defence by Dool. On to Perovic.
Gone behind play, Pete.
It is 2 on the centre wing. Sheldon's in it. Play still continues. Down towards the goal square and knocked through by Reid for 1 behind.
Reid doing a pretty good job against Andrews, even though Andrews gave that last goal away, Bob.
Yes, Reid's played a good job in the back pocket, and I think he's rushed through a couple of those points. 4 times now it's been rushed through. As we watch on replay, and, well, they're not very friendly, those two, are they, Harms and Rains?
A couple of nice left grips in there, picked up by Mullane in front of Glascott on centre wing. He's gone for a short pass to Richardson, not effective. Ashman. Bad handball. That one, he handballed it straight out of bounds. Intended for Reid, but it was ill-directed. And the boundary throw in the end result. On centre wing, 10 points in it.
Both Ashman and Richardson are fumbling badly today, Peter.
Yes, and then it can't be slippery out there, surely. Brown from Mullane. Gary Shaw has the sit, takes the mark well at right half forward. Onto Richardson, doesn't fumble that one. A short pass at Jim, and Dacos takes the grab. Peter Dacos about 40 metres out at least from goal. He has one. He kicked that in the first quarter. It was a great snapshot. Let's see how he goes here. A chance for his second goal and to put Collingwood 16 points ahead. It's not a bad sort of a kick, I'm here to tell you. Dacos' second goal, Collingwood by 16.
Yes, on that occasion we saw the great skills of Richardson as receiving the hand pass. Mike Richardson on right replay. We see Gary Shaw and a lovely pass. Blackwell having no chance whatsoever of taking that ball away from Peter Dacos. And right now we see the wonderful skills of Peter Dacos. Like Richardson, not many more skilled players have ever played football.
6.5 minutes have gone. 16 points the difference in the second quarter in favour of Collingwood. They've led right throughout the match so far, but it's early days yet. No one can get it out of the centre, and the umpire has decided on a bounce about 10 metres wide of the centre circle. Jones in ruck against Derek Shaw. Jones is too tall, gets it down to Ashman. Carlton swing into attack.
And there's a mark to Toomey at centre half back. 16 points the difference, just over the 7-minute mark of this second quarter. Collingwood in front. The ball back there towards centre half back. Chance for Perovic. Got his hands to it, couldn't hold the mark. McMullen and Ashman, they both think. Banks tries to get it out. He goes down now. It's McMullen's turn. He's already kicked 2 goals. Goes to pass to Williams. Oh, he dropped it, but Dill goes after it. He won't let him make a mistake like that. He's grabbed by Dacos. Well tackled that time by Dacos, and the ball is out of bounds.
In trouble, Williams.
That's the best I've seen Dacos tackle for a long time, and of course Williams in a bit of trouble, as Bob said.
What happened to him?
Oh, I think he might have been winded. Oh, it's his shoulder he's rubbing. There's the ball back into play again. It's Perovic taking it away from that back pocket position with a long kick back towards McClure. And McClure gets in front of Phillips. Phillips grabs him a bit high, but he shrugs him off. He's clear now. McClure goes for the long kick down there towards Ralph. Punched away by McCormack. Knocked away by Derek Shaw. Now it's little Fraser Murphy clearing out of the pack. A hand pass to Buckley. A shot at goal, but it'll be off target. And it's through for 1 point. So Carlton move on to 3 goals, 3-21 to Collingwood by 6-36. Williams coming up with a sore arm or shoulder.
So he died for that mark. He must have come down on it.
That's a bad blow to Collingwood. Finally, the ball comes out there now to Gary Shaw. He's clear. Gets a kick back towards the centre of the ground. McClure on his own, but there's a free kick to Collingwood. Will go to Banks against Perovic for a push in the back. That's a blow to Collingwood. Doesn't look too good, Bob. The kick by Banks is over the half-forward line, and that's a good mark to McConville. Well, young McMullen's done pretty well. He's kicked 2 goals, but you can't play experienced players like McConville from behind. Over to Ashman. Another long hand pass to Perovic. He's grabbed, he's lost it, but he gets a hand pass to the wrong man. This allows Abernathy, who's played a great first part of the game. He's got a bit of a trot here. He's going to go for a run. There's a pass out there to Fellows. He's got it. And Fellows would be about 45. Go for the pass. Oh, Richardson grabbed that mark. That was a ripper, but I don't know why he kicked to that pocket, because the other guy's in a worse angle than he is.
Nearly came unstuck, Bob.
I think we saw an example there, though, how it's virtually impossible to run a player down from behind. If the players had come straight at Abernathy when he picked up the ball, then it might not have been in the hands of uncontested players now. Behind play, Glasgow off.
This is Glasgow off the ground.
Montgomery on.
And, of course, we see Richardson going for goal number 1. And Collingwood 6. There it is on its way. And that's a goal. So Collingwood move on to 6 goals. 6-42 to Carlton. 3 goals, 3-21.
Announcing the new Holden Astra.
Giving up CD bars and burn wheels at lights. I'm glad I'm civilized now. I'm glad I'm civilized now. Giving up platform shoes and Marxist Leninist blues. I'm glad I'm civilized now.
I think I'll enjoy more Australian views.
I'm glad I'm civilized now.
New Holden Astra, the civilized hatch.
1 burger, please. 1 burger, please.
Most places seem to make burgers as if people all have exactly the same taste.
1 burger, please.
But at Red Rooster, we realise there's more to life than just beef. Take our delicious chicken, cheese and bacon burger, or our tempting tropical chicken burger, or our new mouth-watering fisherman's fillet. So if you've got a beef about burgers, come and see Red Rooster, because people have different tastes, so do our burgers. Thank goodness.
Finding and developing new resources is a hard and sometimes thankless task, but it is a vital one. Right now at Olympic Dam in South Australia, BP is helping to explore one of the biggest mineral deposits in the world. Deposits of copper, of uranium, of gold and silver. By working on a new supply of resources, we could be helping to create a new supply of jobs and a new supply of hope for the future. BP Australia, the quiet achiever.
I like these duet cream biscuits from Arnott's. Delicious chocolatey cream centres.
The centres aren't chocolate flavoured. They're coconut.
Chocolate.
Coconut.
Chocolate.
Arnott's Duet Cream Biscuits give you 2 cream flavours in the 1 pack. Chocolate or a coconut cream.
Ah, you're right. The flavour is coconut.
You're right, dear. Chocolatey.
Coconut.
Chocolate.
Coconut.
Arnott's Duet Cream Biscuits. So right, because you have a choice.
In the second quarter now, we're 12 minutes into the term.
The back is McConville. Knocked down to halves. Played well today. Kick ill-directed though. Dacos might be able to snare it just inside the boundary line. He has. Beautiful hand pass to Taylor, but it is out of bounds. Boundary umpire just up with it. Now Stephen Phillips has some news for us downstairs.
Yes, Peter, he's dislocated his shoulder. Williams won't play again today, and the future doesn't look bright at all.
Thank you, Stephen. Not good news for Collingwood. Boundary throw-in picked up by Jimmy Buckley. Carlton can't get clear. The ball still on centre wing. A big pack of players developing. Now Montgomery tries to spurt it out. Murphy's got it. Shrugs 2 tackles. He's caught. Tries to get it to Blackwell. No free kick. And the umpire has decided on a bounce.
That was a great tackle that time by Jeff Rains. And, of course, the ball bounced up out there on that centre wing position. Collingwood in front by 21 points, just on the 13-minute mark of this second quarter. Knocked out by Jones, picked up by Aspen. The ball back there towards the half-forward line. Dean takes the mark. He's off. Going to run to an open goal. Fires up there towards the big Madden. It'll go through. It'll bounce. It'll be a goal. So Carlton get their goal. That's his first, Dean. And Carlton now 4 goals, 327 to Collingwood, 6 goals, 642.
So that's a goal that Carlton certainly needed, because it's no good having plenty of possession of the ball if bit by bit you're getting further and further behind. And that was the way Carlton was starting to look. Peter Dean and Justin Madden allowing that ball to run through. A good piece of play by Peter Dean, and Carlton still looking good.
13.5 minutes gone of the second quarter. Knocked out by Jones. Fumble that time by was it Buckley, picked up by Rains, doing pretty well now. He started slowly, but about halfway through the first quarter he got into gear, and now he hasn't put a foot wrong. The ball out of bounds, about 70 metres around from the Collingwood goal. They're in front by 15 points. Knocked out that time by Pervick. A good knockout to Montgomery at half-back. Got a Paddock to run in, goes for a kick, looking for a couple of players down there. McClure doesn't let him down. Off guard that time, Phillips. And McClure's kick is up there towards the full forward position. Coming across is Toomey, but McCormick sharks that one off him. A good mark. McCormick out there at half-back, goes for a pass. Oh, it's a dangerous one. Montgomery finally to Dool, a hand pass back to Blackwell. And Blackwell's clear as he goes for a short pass. It's a bad one. Rains picks it up over to Derek Shaw. Now Collingwood go back into attack. Out wide, coming into meet it is Richardson, takes the mark right on the point of the square. Umpire calling, he goes for a short pass. It'll be okay, and marked at centre half forward by Shaw, but a shocking kick off the side of his foot. Perovic dropped it, but he's got plenty of time to recover as he gets the ball out to Dool out there on that wing position. A long kick by Dool, showing him how to do it. Ball punched out by Taylor, scouting out nicely Murphy. Murphy goes for a high kick back there towards Madden and McEwen. McEwen goes down. It might be a free kick. No, he said play on. If we see Brown grab it on the boundary line, hook it back into play. The ball hits the deck. It's a chance for Mullane to pick it up. He does. He's played a fair game today too as he goes for a pass. It's okay to Derek Shaw at centre half back. Gets around Aspen like a rover. And front of the ball is driven out there towards that half forward line. But there he is again. The old flying doormat, still as reliable as ever. The hand pass to McConville. A short pass to Wayne Harms. He's played a crackerjack game today. Lilly went off the mark. Goes for the long kick over the half-forward line, and there's Aspen coming in. Couldn't hold that mark. He's upended by McCormick. Picked up by Sheldon. A snap at goal. It's going for the goals. It could be right. It is. Another goal to Carlton. So they're bouncing back. Sheldon's first, and Carlton now 5 goals, 3-33 to Collingwood 6-6-42.
Well, we saw a number of occasions there where you have to make the most of your opportunities and capitalise on mistakes by the opposition. And I think one mistake is Neville Shaw coming so far up the ground. He's bringing Bruce Dool into the play, and Dool, you just do not bring a player like Bruce Dool into the play. He certainly hasn't had to worry about Neville Shaw like he did Mark Williams, but Collingwood can't help that, I suppose.
33 plays 42 now at VFL Park in the second quarter. We're nearly 17 minutes into it. The umpire will play on down to half forward, and Carlton lifting their game at the moment. Dean takes the mark. 5 marks to Dean. He's already kicked a goal as well. Big Madden in front takes the ground.
You know that Collingwood haven't been the same since Williams left the ground, Bob. I don't know what went wrong there, because he hadn't had a great number of kicks.
Yes, but it meant that Bruce Dool was right back in the back pocket as a defender. Now he's become an attacking player, and we saw Justin Madden there. That's the way Justin Madden should play all of the time, in front. When you're 6'10" or thereabouts, you must be in front.
Well, Madden would have to fall over to miss it. He's only 15 metres out. He hasn't missed it. Madden bringing through his first goal, and Carlton have kicked 3, I think, since Williams left the ground. 39 plays 42, 3 points only in favour of Collingwood.
Well, it's a marvellous thing what one player can do, and I think Bob's explained the reason why Carlton are firing. I think Neville Shaw, someone should give Shaw the message to leave Dool down there in the pocket, Bob.
It is a forward pocket player, Lou,
Yeah.
so it's no good coming up the ground and trying to be a half-forward pocket player, and it's up to the Collingwood Brains Trust to send the message out and say, get Dool back in that back pocket.
18 minutes gone, second quarter, only 3 points the difference now. Carlton right back in this game. In fact, they're looking the better side, I would say, at the moment, if they can keep this momentum up. Knocked away by Jones, knocked back by Phillips. A chance for Albert on centre wing. He picks it up okay, shepherded by Montgomery. Elvin, the left half forward, trying to find Ralph. McCormack right there with him. Good play by the Collingwood fullback. Superb stuff. Back to centre wing. No Collingwood players there, though. Sheldon goes down, but have to get a free kick for in the back. Buckley, rather. And Buckley to take the free kick at centre field. Williams back on the sidelines, rather. Ashman. Madden again. No, lets it go through. It's a goal. Carlton in front for the first time. Scoreboard 7-3-45 to Collingwood 6-6-42.
When you're going about your business,
Would you like a beer, mate? Oh, no. Oh, Bernard. Hi, George.
the last thing you want is people who aren't.
Fellas.
It's the same when you're flying on business, which is why TAA introduced business class, with a separate quiet zone, up to 4 inches more legroom than economy, and meals to first-class standard. On business, fly business class, exclusive to TAA.
The friendly way.
Now, automotive technology reaches new heights. This is the car with electronic cruise control that computes more power when you need it. Computer-controlled suspension for more stable cornering, less body roll. Even electronically controlled exterior mirrors. The extraordinary, fully imported Mazda 626 in sedan, hatchback, and coupe. Mazda leads the world.
It's been years in the planning. It's taken real ingenuity to design the new power-torque engine with less parts but more power. It's taken a breakthrough down under here by Victor and the CSIRO. A vortex action. That means it's not only much quieter, but it cuts and picks up grass like no other mower. The new Victor Vortex. There's no mower like it down under.
On payday, why waste time standing in a bank queue? When you're paid in cash, you can please yourself, grab a bargain, or take your time over lunch. Do the weekly shopping, or just fill in your lucky numbers. After all, you've never really been paid until you've got cash. You can count on cash, and you can count on Armaguard.
She worked the streets, and at first he was just a client. For them, life had become a habit they tried hard to break. Brian Brown and Judy Davis in the multi-award-winning Sunday movie premiere, Winter of Our Dreams, at 8:30 on 7.
Still in the second quarter, and we're approaching the time-on period.
Big forward that takes some marks down there. They haven't got one at the moment. Blackwell. Now the Carlton defence working well. Fellows. Buckley. Carlton into attack again. Loose ball at half forward for them. McCormack, will he get the bounce? Coming in to back him up is Taylor. A wild hand pass over the top to McEwen, who went for the knock-on successfully. Now he's followed it up well. Gets the bounce. As I said, he's playing a great game of football, this kid, from right half-back flank. Too long for Gary Shaw. Reid. Oh, taps it straight to him. He says, thanks very much, but he's caught by Dool. Dool is playing a fantastic game of football. Montgomery fumbles. Shaw into his back. Is he in possession of the Carlton player? The umpire calls play on. Picked up by Neville Shaw. Tries to get around Dool. Can't. Up the full forward. McConville. Traps it well. Dacos handballs it. Who's there to take it? McMullen on the run. Can he go? Collingwood need one. He's steady. Shoots. Is it number 3? No. Off target and one behind. So the scores now, Sevens Big League from VFL Park, 2 points in favour of Carlton, 46-44.
And we're just over the 25-minute mark, and this is really pressure football. The ball out there now, a chance for McConville to mark. In goes Shaw, knocks the ball out. It hits the deck. Dacos goes down. Umpires said we'll ball this up out there on that centre wing position. Actually, it's down towards Collingwood's half-forward line. Carlton 7-4-46 to Collingwood 6-8-44. And about at the 12 or 14 minute mark, Collingwood led by 22 points. A great recovery by Carlton. It comes back now to Rains. He goes for a short kick looking for McMullen. And good play there by McConville. Backs up well, goes for the long kicker back. Coming back into meet it now is Fellows. He dropped an easy one down Sheldon in the meantime. And the umpire said play on, but now he said play on again. Madden gets it out to Dean. Intercepted that time by Phillips. They're both making mistakes. A long hand pass. Coming over to Brown. Goes for a pass. Oh, it's fumble. There's a chance now for Neville Shaw to go to a pass to Richardson, running to an open goal. This will put Collingwood in front. He's got it through for a goal. So the Magpies have hit the front. Richardson's kicked 2 goals. Carlton 7-4-46 to Collingwood 7-8-50. And as Bob Skilton said before, this is a game of thrills and spills.
Yes, and mistakes again, as we see on replay. Neville Shaw putting it out to Richardson. The real mistake came at the other end of the ground when a hand pass to nobody at all. In fact, straight to the opposition, and Phillips was able to set Collingwood up, and Collingwood back in front by 4 points.
Johnson back on.
Ball back into play again. Knocked out that time by Madden. A fumble by Rains. It scoops the back of the pack as a go for Montgomery to send Carlton deep into attack. It's a long kick. Jones in front. The ball punched out. Grabbed by Shaw. Hand pass to Taylor. He loses it now. Dean fires at the goals. Carlton are in front again. That's 2 goals to Dean. What a game this is. Oh boy, are they getting their money's worth today. 8 goals for 52 Carlton to Collingwood 7-8-50.
Well, I can only repeat what I said before. This is a great game of football on replay. Sevens Big League shows Montgomery put the ball forward. Off the hands of the pack. Tony Shaw gets the hand pass out. Puts his teammate under trouble, though. And Dean swoops on the ball to bring up his 2nd goal.
Carlton lead by 2 points at the 27.5-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 1984, first semi-finals. Buckley's kick is a high one to half-forward again for Carlton. Shaw coming out to meet the ball. Ashman in pursuit. Brown from half-back. Up the centre field, and the mark is taken by Jeff Rains. And to get the ball moving quickly, the half-time siren, probably a couple of minutes away yet, though. Knocked away by Reid. Doing a bad job. Alvin fumbles. Lets the Magpies in, does it? Yes, Banks tries to get around a couple of opponents, strikes Reid off. Little left foot chip shot up to Gary Shaw, who marks, plays on. Maybe he could have steadied. He's looking for Dacos, and he's got him.
By God, it was a great pass by Gary Shaw.
It was, and a great mark, too, by Dacos. Let's watch that again.
Yes, a lovely mark by Dacos. A good lead, a good pass. And Alvin may be showing signs of a little bit of tiredness when he missed that ball as Dacos puts it through.
Well, yes, he does. Goal number 3. 3 goals to the Collingwood champ, and Collingwood back in front now by 4 points, 8-8-56 to 8-4-52.
Well, Bob, I don't suppose you'd get a better game of football. There's a lot of mistakes made, but by golly, it's thrilling, isn't it?
Well, a lot of the mistakes are being made because of the pressure applied by the opposition. And as they call it in tennis, I think, Peter, an unforced error. Most of the errors being made have been forced.
3 goals to Peter Dacos, Collingwood's leading goal kicker. McMullen has 2, Richardson 2 for the Pies. 29 minutes gone, Collingwood by 4, time on 2nd term. Too high for McClure to get the run of that one. Now a chance for Toomey to swing Collingwood into attack, which he does, up to half-forward again. Knock on by Gary Shaw, Fellows and Blackwell. Blackwell traps it better, fires out the hand pass. He'll find Perovic. Perovic from right half-back flank. A short pass into Alvin, who takes the mark in front of Abernathy.
Had a fair game too, Bob.
Yeah, he's done a good job, Lou.
Alvin's kick up towards centre wing. Madden got one hand to it. Dean, he's kicked 2 goals for Carlton. Out it comes to Brown. Fellows on to Gary Shaw. Gary Shaw to Abernathy. He's got the speed. He's gone for a pass. It's out wide. It's okay. McMullen. Or is it Banks? He too has gone for a pass. That's okay as well. So McMullen, or Backs rather, getting loose.
Loose
And
defence
then,
by Carlton.
14 kicks for Bruce Abernathy. He's only 15 to 20 metres out from goal. Chance for full points. Is it there? No. Neville Shaw gets the rebound okay. Shoots it. Goal. That's there. Oh, great snapshot by the Collingwood Rover. And it couldn't have come at a better time for the Magpies. Close to half-time, 9-8-62. They lead Carlton by 10 points, 8-4-52.
Some people's idea of National in the kitchen stops at microwaves. Ooh, thank you. I mean, I wouldn't be without my genius. But what about National's new food processor? It does more than anyone's. And National blenders, mixers, juicers, rice cookers, toasters, dishwashers, even vacuum cleaners. Other people just make appliances. National puts friends in your kitchen. My kitchen wouldn't be complete without National.
From National.
Westpac makes managing your money a lot easier by giving you a one-card way to bank. For faster service in our branches, 24-hour access to handy banks right across Australia, and a handy way to pay for things you need and get your extra cash as well. A convenient way to shop or bank with just one card. You choose either a Westpac MasterCard or a Westpac card, because the card is the bank and the bank is Westpac.
What do you know when you're an officer in the Army Reserve? When you're miles from anywhere with just a map and a compass and 30 soldiers under your command. When you're an officer in the Army Reserve, you know you're in charge. Army Reserve officer training is part-time. Applications are now open. For details, call this number. Achieve something for yourself.
4-1, Roger, out.
Become an officer in the Army Reserve.
Talking of tough jobs, there was this big 20-foot greenhouse, the new Mitsubishi high roof, and just me and Joe. But my Mitsubishi high roof made it a cinch.
You call that tough? I had to hurry 18 models across town to a fashion show. Luckily, my Mitsubishi low roof turns on a 10-cent piece, handles really well. All right, girls, showtime.
The new Mitsubishi Express vans. A tough act to follow.
It's another Mitsubishi.
It takes all kinds of people to do the job right. It takes all kinds of people from morning till night. And with hard work and dedication, you know you just can't lose. And we've got the people, we've got the news. And with hard work and dedication, you know you just can't lose. And we've got the people, we've got the news.
Third quarter action coming up in just a few moments, but first of all, let's check on what happened in this round in seasons past as we go up to Sandy Roberts.
Thank you, Peter. Good evening, everyone. Yes, we'll return to all the action of the knockout final in just a moment. But first, there's been some great action over the years in this first semi-final. Let's relive some of the highs and lows now. 17 years ago, Collingwood was eliminated in the 1967 first semi-final, thanks mainly to the efforts of Geelong's great full forward, Doug Wade. Wade kicked 8 goals and the Cats won by 30 points. It was the Cats again in 68, with West Australian Dennis Marshall best of field in a 44-point win over the Saints. The bubble burst and how for the Cats in 69. Richmond kicked the first semi-final record of 25 goals, 17, 167, to inflict a 118-point defeat on Geelong. It would have been worse, but for the performance of Wade, who kicked 5 of the Cats' 7 goals. South made its first finals appearance since 1945 in the first semi-final of 1970, but it was to be the Saints who ran out victorious by 53 points in front of a record crowd of 104,000. 1971 and the Collie Wobbles struck. Collingwood trailed Richmond by 2 points at three-quarter time, could manage only 3 more for the game and lost by 44 points. The next year, Collingwood was there again on first semi-final day. But St Kilda marched towards the 72 final with a 3-goal win. Kevin Bartlett was best of field in Richmond's 73 win over St Kilda as the Tigers booted 6 in the last term. Another great finals player, Lee Matthews, dominated in 1974, gathering 23 kicks and booting 7 goals in the Hawks' runaway 50-point win over Collingwood. One of the wettest finals on record didn't stop Little Hungry, Kevin Bartlett, from winning the votes in the Tigers' 9-point win over Collingwood in the 75 first semi. It was wet and slippery again in 1976 on this day, but the mercurial Malcolm Blight was at his best, taking 12 glorious marks. Wayne Schimmelbusch chipped in with 6 and North defeated Geelong by 27 points. Only 48,000 saw what people have described as the perfect game in 1977. The little master Barry Cable gathered 17 kicks, shot out 18 hand passes and orchestrated North's great win over Richmond. Collingwood stopped Carlton in 1978, but Rene Kink copped 2 weeks for stopping David Mackay in his tracks. Mickey Conlon and David McMahon both escaped penalty after a tough semi-final clash between Fitzroy and Collingwood the next year. It was to be the end for the Lions, however, as the Magpies went on towards the grand final. 95,000 people, a record since the introduction of the Final Five, saw Collingwood slaughter Carlton in 1980. The Magpies booted 12 goals in the second half on the way to a grand final playoff with Richmond. The Magpies were at it again in 1981, kicking vital goals in time on to snatch a thriller from the Lions, the margin a point. North bowed out in the 1982 first semi, but with 5 goals, Malcolm Blight reached the 100. Again, it was lethal Lee Matthews who ended the Roos' dreams. An inspirational 5-goal performance from skipper Terry Danaher was enough to push the Bombers into the preliminary final and signal the end for Fitzroy on first semi-final day 1983. So there it is, just some of the highlights of the first semi-finals of days gone by. I think you'll agree, some truly great action. Been some great action played today. Let's get back to the 1984 first semi-final. Here's Peter.
Sevens Big League is part of the 1984 Nissan VFL Premiership season.
Thank you, Sandy. Certainly some great action there. Let's check our 2 winners now in the TAB footy bet competition. They were Mrs. Franklin of Parkdale and Mrs. King of Box Hill South. Congratulations to you both, and their names go into the barrel for our end-of-season draw. Now, coming up on screen, some numbers of TAB phone account patrons. Let's take a look at them right now, and you can see them there. If yours is one of those, there's 8 of them in all. Be the first or second on the telephone, 268-2174, 268-2174. If your TAB phone account number is on screen right now, and you could be $250 richer with the compliments of NEC. Let's go back to the match now. We rejoin the first semi-final of 1984 at the 5-minute mark of the third quarter at VFL Park.
Nearly 5 minutes gone. In front, Jones should mark. Yes, he has. Done a good job in the ruck today.
He has played a fair game, Jones, hasn't he?
Jones from left half back. Up to centre wing. Good bench by Toomey to fist the ball clear, but it's picked up ultimately by Montgomery. His kick back towards centre wing. Abernethy doesn't get the bounce. It's picked up by Rains, playing well. Rains looks for a lead, hooks the ball short in towards Derek Shaw, doesn't let him down. Shaw decides to play on. Sheldon won't catch him. Long kick by Derek Shaw up to the full forward position. Harm stands his ground well and marks on to McConville. McConville over to Reid. Carlton running the ball well out of defence. Reid a short pass up to Sheldon, who fumbles. Gary Shaw won't catch him, will he? Up to centre wing. Richardson, Murphy. Murphy wins it. Holding the ball, no. Abernethy. Crowd not happy with that. Good smother. Buckley loses it. Derek Shaw onto Rains. Rains puts it high. Dool goes the spoil, effectively so. Now a chance for the Woods, or a fumble out there by Toomey. In goes Banks. Hits it straight to Perovic. The rebound to Montgomery. Fires it onto Ashman, playing well. Ashman from left centre wing. A short pass, trying to find Meldrum. Just a little bit too long for him. Bounces okay. Meldrum from left half forward flank. Looks for Ralph. Can't take it. Phillips is there. No, McClure tries to get around his opponent. Does so. Onto Ralph again. Fumbles. McCormack the chance. Gets scragged. Now Collingwood. Can they get out of it through Derek Shaw? Yes, they can. Well played, Mackies. Derek Shaw from half-back. Chips it up to the point of the square, and Gary Shaw takes the mark in front of Alvin. On the run, Abernethy. He's a great kick. He's far score. Long shot into goal. At the back, McMullen, but McConville takes the mark.
Good defensive play by Carlton. McConville with a pass. That's okay. Marked there by Perovic at half back. This is pressure football as the ball goes out wide towards the wing position. Punched away by Taylor. Coming in to meet it now is Shoney Shaw. Overruns the ball. Mullane backs up well. Shows a lot of pace. Gets away from his opponent as he goes for a pass. It'll be okay. And the mark taken here by Dennis Banks about 60 metres out from goal. Collingwood in front by 11 points. That's a long torpedo punt down there. The ball hits the deck. Here's the go for Dacos. Snaps at goal. And he's put it through. That's his fourth. And the scoreboard. Carlton 8 goals, 4-52 to Collingwood 10-9-69.
As I said at half-time, Collingwood have got the danger players up forward that Carlton just have not got. And we saw Warren Rolfe completely mess up a handball that was put out by McClure a few moments ago. And it's gone to the other end. Collingwood have gone 6 points further ahead because of the danger of Dacos, who now has 4 goals.
The Magpies in front by 17 points. Just on the 8-minute mark, Collingwood lead by 17 points. Dacos has kicked 4 goals. That's a bad bounce. Knocked out by Derek Shaw. Punched on by Phillips. Out there to Mullane. It's got a bounce right. It does. Gets around his opponent. Oh, beautiful plays. Gets away from McConville. Goes for the long kick up there towards Dacos again in the front posse. Can he mark it? Punched on again. Here's Richardson. They run into each other. He balks. Gets around Reid. Now he straightens up. Fires. And there's another one to Collingwood. That's his third. And the 2 players that Bob said are really the danger players. 11 goals, 9-75 Collingwood to Carlton 8-4-52.
I think there's no need to say anything after that. And Darren Mullane coming into the game in this quarter. But wonderful play by Greg Phillips. Got the ball out to Mullane on replay now. Sevens big lead. We see Richardson steady. And the great skills of Richardson and Dacos. 3 goals to Richardson, 4 to Dacos, along with McMullen, who's got 2. They're the danger men.
23 points the difference at the 9-minute mark. Third quarter, the 1984 first semi-final from VFL Park. Jones loses out to Derek Shaw on that occasion. Alvin should get there first, though, for Carlton. Well tackled by Gary Shaw, picked up by Sheldon. No one to give it to. Shrugs that tackle from McMullen. Ken Sheldon keeps going out towards centre wing. Who's there for Carlton? No one, and the mark is taken out there by Taylor.
15-metre penalty, Pete.
Yes, he's applied that by Rowan Saws. Brings him up to the centre wing position. Carlton may be coming a little bit rattled again, but they came back before. Can they do it once more? Good mark to Banks. Taking it in front of Gould. Banks is at right half forward. League being made down there by big fellows, but he's gone out wide, and that's okay. Neville Shaw in towards the full forward pocket. The mark is taken by Richardson.
Oh, there's 3 of them in the goal square there, but he couldn't pick them up.
So Richardson with a chance to bring up his 4th goal. 7 marks he's taken so far in the match. You can see the angle there. He'll certainly get the distance. And can he put it through? Looking to see if there's a lead. There is one. He plays on. Shoots at goal. Oh, what a shot it is. Oh, Collingwood running hot at VFL Park.
That's a classical shot, Pete.
Richardson's 4th goal, and the Magpies 12-9, 81 to 8-4, 52.
We've seen a whole lot of champions in Australia. On Rank Arena, Australia's favourite.
To be a champion, you need the right sort of technological backup. Rank Arena are champions because for years they've had the experience and technology of NEC behind them. And now you'll find the NEC name right up there with Rank Arena, with new ideas like the high-resolution picture tube for superior contrast and color. You know Rank Arena. Now get to know NEC.
It's another way to say our favourite colour TV.
After a hard day's work, nothing beats a long, cold Carlton draft. You'll find him somewhere back in nowhere. Way out there is where you'll find him. 50 dusty miles to go and 100 more behind him. There's nobody born can beat him on a horse that's bred to run. And he doesn't have to prove a thing, not one damn thing to anyone. Give me a beer and a Carlton draft. Want the coldest one you've got. I've got a thirst that's gonna need some special care. Give me a beer and a Carlton draft. 'cause it's brewed to be the best. With a Carlton draft, you know the flavor's there. Carlton draft's another name for real draft beer. And there's nothing beats a long cold Carlton.
Here's how to plan your holiday and save.
Budget's now got Plan Ahead Rate.
Budget's Plan Ahead Rate, our new savings plan for holiday makers. Follow me. Book and pay for a budget car 30 days ahead, and we'll give you 30% off. Book 30 days ahead, get 30% off. That's Budget's Plan Ahead Rate. Another first for Budget.
Budget's now got Plan Ahead Rate.
Budget Plan Ahead Rate drives your holiday dollar further.
Hey, look what Arnott's got for you now. Arnott's Aussie Sports Biscuits. With all your favourite Aussie sports printed on the biscuits. There are skiers and surfers, high divers, footballers. All printed with caramel colour on the biscuits. There are yachtsmen and gymnasts and cricketers. Why don't you try them? They taste great. Arnott's Aussie Sports. Good sports, good biscuits.
Claudia Cardinali, Stacey Keach, Lindsay Wagner, Robert Urich, Paul Michael Glaser, Barbara Bach, Ringo Starr and Marit Van Camp as Princess Daisy, a dazzling two-part V-special, Tuesday and Wednesday at 8:30 on 7.
52 to 81 at VFL Park now in the first semi-final of season 1984. Can the Magpies go on with it and take their place in the preliminary final? Tony Shaw tries to shoot out the hand pass. Banks is there. The umpire has found a free kick. It's going to Carlton for a throw, I guess. Jimmy Buckley to take the free kick at centre field. Buckley up towards left half forward, looking for and finding Meldrum. Carlton badly needing a goal to get back into this match in the third term. Madden couldn't take the mark. McClure shoots at goal, slews off the side of the boot. Brown getting underneath the ball, and it bounds over the line in front of him. A boundary throw-in will take place right forward pocket for Carlton as Johnston warms up on the boundary line, presuming he'll come on shortly.
Just on the 11.5-minute mark of the third quarter, Collingwood 81 points to Carlton 52. Knocked out by Phillips, hits the deck again. The ball is still out of bounds, about 35 metres around from the Carlton goal, and the Blues badly needing one at this particular stage of the match. Well, it's been a tip-top game. Collingwood breaking away. They also broke away in the second quarter by 22 points, but Carlton bounced back. There we see Toomey trying to get clear. The ball knocked on by Aspen. Still plenty of fumbling going on. And Brown's there, but the umpires decided to ball it up. This time it's about 25 metres out from the Carlton goal. Well, this Capacity House have certainly had their money's worth today. Knocked out by Madden. Grabbed by Phillips. Gets around Big Madden quite easily. Oh, he went without the ball, but he's got time to recover. Oh, it's a bad kick. Finally picked up by Sheldon. A long shot at goal, but he'll be off target. And I think he might have put it out of bounds on the full. He has. So it'll be a penalty free kick down there to Collingwood. 8 goals, 4-52 Carlton to Collingwood, 12-9-81. It's McEwen bringing the ball back into play. Jones in front, couldn't hold the mark. At the back is Gary Shaw, a hand pass out to Raines. Raines gets away from Melbourne. It's a left footer down there towards Dacos and Blackwell. Knocked out by Dacos. Blackwell won't give in. He goes down, Dacos over the top of him. And he's thrown over the line by Raines that time. It was a good tackle, but the umpire said the ball was out. So it'll be a throw-in from Collingwood's half-forward line, and believe you me, they're really tackling hard. Murphy off the ground and Johnson coming on. Knocked out by Jones, picked up by Sheldon, picking up a kick or two this quarter. Punched away by Phillips, coming into metre to Shaw. Got a touch of the fumbles. Oh, he's down. The umpire said play on. Dean gets a hand pass back to McClure. He goes for a pass, looking for Ralph. He picks it up on the first hop. He's lost it. Well tackled. Umpire said it's dropping the ball against him. It was a bit tough.
Great tackle. Fair enough.
Great tackle by McCormick. We saw him play a great game against Quinlan last week. Short pass. And Banks couldn't hold that mark. Picked up by Perovic. Now he's got a clear run. The umpire called play on to Banks' amazement. A long shot at goal, but it'll be off target and through for 1 point. Banks stopped that time. Yes. I thought it had been a push in the back, Bob.
Yes, I think it was a push in the back, Lou, but the umpire was looking straight onto it, whereas we could see from here the umpire having no chance of seeing. But Banks taking full advantage now of Perovic's looseness.
Ball up towards the centre wing position. Picked up by Mullane. Cleverly keeps it in play. Montgomery's there. Might get a free kick for holding the man because he didn't punch it. And that's what Kevin Smith has ruled. Mullane to take the free kick just short of centre wing. High ball to half forward. Neville Shaw has the run, gets around Montgomery. Hand pass is on to Brown, he's in trouble. Dool is there. In goes Montgomery again, well shepherded by Dool. On to Johnston, first kick of the day, and out of bounds, much to the delight of the Collingwood supporters.
Well, I think that's a bit unfair because he's shown a lot of guts to play here today after having such a serious injury, Pete.
Yes, he certainly has. Whether the move is a correct one, I guess, will be determined by the scoreboard at the end of the day, won't it? Rains shrugs the tackle from Johnston. Gary Shaw, right half forward flank, steadies up towards the scoring line, out of bounds on the 4, I think, yes. And so it will be a free kick to Carlton to be taken down there by Reid in the left back pocket. 15 minutes gone in the quarter. Reid takes the hand pass back again. He might have messed that up. Good tackle, holding the ball. Yes, it is.
Well, that was bad play on the part of Carlton. Whether that was a free kick or not, Bob, because they should have gone for the kick being in such a dangerous position.
It's Carlton presenting Collingwood with a goal. Excuse me, once again. It's, you know, McConville might have had no chance, but they had 3 or 4 chances as a team to get rid of the ball.
Certainly going...
They can go crook all they like. They set themselves up for that one.
Dacos, a chance for goal number 5 from 35 metres out. Number 35 shoots at goal and one behind. So a bad miss by the Collingwood champ. He's kicked more difficult than that today. 12-10, 82 to 8-5, 53.
29 points the difference just over the 6-minute mark. A short pass, it's okay, and marked by McConville. A little short of the half-back flank position. Down there towards the back pocket. Collingwood 82 to Carlton 53. The ball out towards the wing position. Players position themselves. That's Toomey in front and takes a good marking defence.
Well, Collingwood is still running, Lou, and indicative of the fact that Carlton are not. There was nobody from McConville to kick to on that occasion.
Ball falls short, a chance for Jones to mark. Reid couldn't hold it, picked up by Meldrum, spins out of the pack nicely at half-back, drives it out towards the wing position. McClure at the back. Phillips couldn't mark that one. There's a chance for Dean. But he's right on his tail as Phillips. He goes down. He's still got a free kick. The umpire will pay that for in the back. So Dean's out there in the centre wing position. Goes for a pass. It'll be all right. And Alvin's got it out there at half-forward, a good 70 metres out from goal. Quickly playing on, looking for Meldrum. Picked up by Sheldon, over to Meldrum now, right on the boundary line. Has a running shot at goal. Not a bad sort of a kick either. But it finally goes out of bounds on the opposite side of the ground, right against the point post, so there'll be a throw-in. So here's a chance for Carlton to score a goal. They badly need one. They're trailing by 29 points. Into this quarter by just 17.5 minutes. Shaw and the big Matt now to McClure. But he's off target, so as Bob said, or as we've both said, when you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not. There was the chance of a lifetime for McClure. But he missed that one. So it's Collingwood to bring the ball back into play again. It'll be Brown. Tony Shaw on his own left under 10 at that time. By Ashman, 2 players go down, Abernathy and I think it might be Dean out there, is it? Sheldon it was. Banks gets away from his opponents, goes for a long hand pass looking for Shaw. It bounces okay up there on the centre wing position over to Abernathy. He's a beautiful kick, this bloke. He's gone for the long one over the half-forward line up to Fellows and Reid. But they outmanoeuvre that time, Fellows, and Reid picks it up nicely.
Blackwell in trouble. Can he get out of it? Yes, he can. Montgomery, he's caught beautifully by McMullen on the McConville. Shrugs that tackle. McMullen still chasing. The ball up towards the centre wing position. Richardson and Meldrum. The latter going for the knock-on, but Richardson recovers first. Meldrum in pursuit. Richardson looking for a lead in centre field. He's got one, has he? Yes, and the mark is taken by Rains. Another beautiful kick. That's a good 55 metres up towards the centre half-forward position. Banks, he's clear. He's shepherded. He can shoot. He's gone for a hand pass. Dacos must make it 5. This time he has.
Great play on the part of Banks. Anticipating beautifully, Bob.
It's a lovely piece of football from Dennis Banks.
Westpac makes managing your money a lot easier by giving you a one-card way to bank. For faster service in our branches, 24-hour access to handy banks right across Australia, and a handy way to pay for things you need and get your extra cash as well. A convenient way to shop or bank with just one card. You choose either a Westpac MasterCard or a Westpac card, because the card is the bank and the bank is Westpac.
It's on. The great Nissan Bluebird $1,000 gift. It's big, and people are racing in as Nissan gives you $1,000 on every Bluebird sedan, $750 on every Bluebird wagon. As a gift, you'll save. So join the rush to Bluebird. Get up to $1,000 rebate and save as Nissan dealers put up their best ever Bluebird deals. It's a gift. The great Nissan Bluebird $1,000 gift. There's never been a better time to...
Come alive, come and drive Nissan.
Let's get it straight. Here's a bonus. It's so great, you just can't wait. Bigger pack of fries, big bonus size French fries. It's so great, you just can't wait.
Get into the bigger McDonald's McBonus pack of French fries right now for just 95 cents. But don't wait. This McBonus is for a limited time only.
Let's get the taste. Here's a bonus. It's so great, you just can't wait at McDonald's.
Who was the toughest man to ever play league football? Jack Dyer, Bob Jetty, Mopsy Fraser, Basher Williams, or that current-day warrior Ron Andrews? Well, according to a man who should know, not one of those legendary characters would stand a chance against a bloke they nicknamed Bluestone. He wasn't very big, but he's as tough as road metal, and wore a special leather device to add to his power on the field. Meet Bluestone, the VFL Iron Man, in a special feature in the Sunday Press tomorrow. Sunday Press, out tomorrow.
A premonition for tuppence. But will it help with the case of the clergyman's daughter and the baffling mystery of the house of lurking death? Agatha Christie's Partners in Crime, 8:30 Monday on 7.
At VFL Park, we begin the final quarter of the 1984 first semi-final. Collingwood leading by 36 points. They kicked 4-4 to 2 points in the third term. Can they go on with it? Can Carlton come back to win through to the preliminary final? Richardson and Alvin. Out wide, Mullane should get there first for Collingwood. Gets a favourable bounce in front of Montgomery and scoots clear. He'll put Collingwood deep into attack. The hand pass on to Neville Shaw. He gets around his opponent. Now he's brought down by Blackwell and the ball out of bounds. So Neville Shaw just a little bit slow.
Trying to do too much, Peter.
I think a good tackle like that should be rewarded. Blackwell did a superb job then and should be rewarded by getting the free kick.
Boundary throw in, right forward pocket for Collingwood. Andrews goes the tap down. Alvin is there. No one can pick it up. The umpire has decided on a bounce about 40 metres out from the Collingwood goal. 36 points the difference. We're in the first minute of play in the final term. Knocked out actually by Ashford and picked up by Alvin. His kick is a wild one. Perovic trying to wrestle his opponent to get the ball. Now Collingwood gain possession. It's picked up by Brown from Mullane. His kick is a short one down towards the full forward pocket. Dool is there. Dool this afternoon equalling John Nichols' club record of 331 games for the Blues and has played another serviceable game of football. Will he break it this year? Who knows? Andrews gets around two players, hooks the ball high into the forward pocket, banks. Oh, great mark! Running with the flight of the ball, Lou.
Playing the part of Dacos too, held the other player out, so Banks had a clear go at it.
So we watch on replay now as Dacos stands his ground well to make sure that Blackwell couldn't come into Banks. Superb piece of teamwork by Peter Dacos, but a courageous mark by Dennis Banks nonetheless, running the wrong way.
And a goal here would just about put the nail in the Carlton coffin, I think, because if he kicks it, they will trail by 42 points. Dennis Banks, 30 metres out from goal. I would say it's a goal. It is. That came up at the 2-minute mark of the final quarter. Collingwood lead by 42 points, 14-12, 96 to 86-54.
Well, he hasn't played a bad sort of a game, Banks, at centre-half forward, Bob, either.
No, he's done a great job, Lou, as we watch on replay. And there's Dacos holding back Blackwell and a good mark to Dennis Banks. But Carlton just not playing, not looking dangerous enough at this stage. It's hard to see Carlton gaining anything at all, and if you were going to predict, I think you would imagine Collingwood going on with it.
42 points the difference in favour of Collingwood, just over 2.5 minutes. Richardson tries to get clear. Rains overruns the ball. There's a stack up here, and the umpire will ball it up down towards Collingwood's centre-half forward position. They're 96 points to Carlton 54. Well, Carlton have got to pull something out of the bag. They're going to win this one and go into the preliminary final. Knocked out by Derek Shaw. Aspen gets a hurried kick, but it's to no man's land. Grabbed there by Brown. Out there to Neville Shaw and Dool. They both have a battle, but it's the old-timer coming out with it. A hand pass back to Montgomery. Over it goes now to McConville. A bit of messing about. Montgomery's got it again on the wing. Decides to go for a bit of a run. Urged on by Blackwell. He's round to the half-forward line now. There's a pass coming up now to a couple of them. Punched out by McCormick. Couldn't go through with the ball. Picked up now. That time by Toomey. Over to Tony Shaw. A hand pass back to Derek Shaw, who hasn't done a bad job since coming onto the ground either. Neville Shaw and Dool go with this one, but it beats them both and it's out of bounds. Out of bounds about 75 metres around from the ground. I think you'd go along with that, Bob, Derek Shaw.
I think in the third quarter, Lou, he played a wonderful game. He really lifted Collingwood and started to control the packs.
Just on the 4-minute mark, Collingwood lead by 42 points.
Time behind play.
Collingwood player down, 2 of them down. Well, we'll have to pick up who they are. I think Mullane might be one.
Yep. I think Mullane's down. Yes, it's Mullane that's down.
And Blackwell and another player. It could be Brown, it is. But the umpire, Mullane, still looking a bit groggy there, being attended to by the trainer. Collingwood in front by 42 points. We approach the 4.5-minute mark of this last quarter. And it's been a game of thrills and spills. And I don't know what the umpire's doing. He's talking to Tony Shaw.
You've got to quieten down if he's got any sense.
And there's a... Buckley had a go at Collingwood Neville Shaw then as he went past. Umpire Smith in a bit of trouble there trying to control these players, and the ball going down to Collingwood's half-forward line where I should imagine it'll be a ball up.
Mullane no longer in the hands of the trainers, Lou, so he must be okay.
Didn't see any numbers taken, so that's good news for the winning side, whoever that's going to be. Now, what's the end result of all this? It's going to be a free kick, is it? The trainers have got the ball at the moment.
It's a throw-in.
It's a throw-in. Out of bounds. On the outer side of the ground. Certainly livened up the crowd back. Andrews and Reid.
Montgomery now on Dacos. Blackwell on the wing.
Knocked out by Dool. Picked up by Blackwell. Andrews and Ashman tackle. There's a free kick. And by Rowan Saws directing where and to whom.
Go to Blackwell. I think he got one on the back or a bit too high.
No, it was a free kick against Andrews.
Was it?
Yep. It was giving the advantage of down the field. Collingwood fans letting you know who they think hit Mullane, that's for sure.
Madden, the high flyer, knocks it down to Elvin. The umpire has found a free kick. They're getting right under it now, making sure that they're on top. And it will be a free kick to be taken by Brown for Collingwood at right half-back flank. Brown to take the free.
Got a ragged pair of pants on there too, Pete.
Yes, and Wow Jones lost his earlier in the day. McConville just can't complete the mark. Landed pretty heavily. Dool is there to back him up. The umpire has decided on a bounce. Still on the outer side of the ground. Almost on centre wing. Very crowded bounce it is. There must be about 20 players around. Knocked away by Perovic. Ashman goes through well. Takes the ball with him. Puts Carlton into attack up to their left half-forward flank. No one there. A loose ball. And it dribbles over the boundary.
It'll be a free kick downfield.
Will be taken by Madden. Derek Shaw standing on the mark. Madden to put Carlton into attack. Kick into McClure. McEwen at the back. Goes the punch. Chance for a Carlton goal. Murphy, has he put it through? He has. That's a very valuable one. It's his first. And Carlton come closer. They live in hope. 9-6-60 to 14-12, 96.
If Carlton are going to have a chance, Peter, they must kick the next goal in a very quick time. If they could do that, then I think the momentum gain would give them some sort of a lift. But the way they're playing, it's hard to see that happening because they're not really not playing with any zest, and they're struggling when they do get the ball forward.
36 points the difference, just over the 7-minute mark of this last quarter. Can Carlton come back? Knocked out by Matt. Oh, down goes Buckley. Got one in the face that time. And finally it comes out of the pack. Down they go left and right. No beg pardons, and the umpire will ball it up. Still at centre field. Collingwood 14-12, 96 to Carlton 9-6-60. The burning question, can Carlton come back and knock the Magpies off? They've done it plenty of times before. Knocked out by Matt. Coming in to meet it now is Mullane. Mullane's kick is not a good one. Coming in to meet it out there as half-back is Brown. It bounces high and it'll beat them all and it's out of bounds. But it's out there towards the centre wing position. Just on the 8-minute mark. There'll be a fairly long quarter, I shouldn't imagine. There was a bit of a hold-up before and that bit of a crash happened. Finally, the ball comes out to Gary Shaw, a hand pass. He picks it up himself, spins out of the pack. He's in plenty of trouble now. He can't get a kick. Now it's Buckley's turn to set them deep into attack. It's a long kick up there to McClure and McGowan. McClure couldn't hold them up. Finally, McClure run to an umbrella goal. He fumbles. Well played by McEwen. Picks it up nice. He's played a fine game today. Goes for a pass for the boundary line. He's put it out. So this gives Carlton a chance to go back into attack. It was a bit of bad luck. I think he deserved more than that, Bob.
Yes, I wouldn't be critical at all of the youngster on that occasion. He's done a great job today.
Punched out by McEwen again. Murphy comes in. He kicked their last goal. He's got a chance again. He's on the boundary line. A hand pass back to Ralph. But Ralph's put it out of bounds on the full, and it'll be a penalty free kick down there to Brown. So we're just on...
Touched off the boot, I think, Lou.
Well, it'll be touched off the boot, so it'll be a throw-in and a chance now for Carlton to score just on the 9-minute mark of this last quarter. Collingwood leading by 36 points.
That was the difference at three-quarter time. Boundary throw-in. Knocked down by McClure, picked up by Johnston. The Dominator's left foot shot, though, won't quite make the distance. McEwen there again and takes a great mark. Played a great game, this fellow, Lou.
Played very well indeed, Bob. Pete.
McEwen out to half-back. He's trying to find Phillips. And chipping in beautifully is Dean. Blackwell. Oh, bad pass. Rains just stood there, said thanks very much. Up towards centre field. McConville can't take the grab. Crashes into Banks. Out comes Richardson with the ball. He's kicked 4. Good shepherd by Rains on Perovic. Under half forward, Collingwood running. Neville Shaw, no one within 10 metres. Chips it up to full forward. Dacos is there. Can he make it 6? Gets around Reed, shoots. It's coming round. It's there, I think, for 9. Goal! 6 to Dacos. What a game he's played. The best I've seen him play this year. 15-12, 102 to 9-6-60.
Yes, it wasn't a great pass by Neville Shaw, but nonetheless, it still put the ball out in front of him and gave him the chance of getting it. As Richardson hand passes over the top, Neville Shaw, time to steady. It's out in front of Dacos, and Dacos, well, here, we just watch the skills of Peter Dacos as he just looks casual, but there's nothing casual about that. It's just a great way that and the skill that he's got.
10.5 minutes gone in the final quarter. 42 points now in favour of Collingwood. They should be in the preliminary final next week, barring something certainly unforeseen. Mullane goes down, picked up by Johnston. Hurried left foot kick out left half forward. Johnston again. Desperation plus for Carlton now. Toomey tries to crash his way through. Effective onto McCormack, who's restricted well to 2 goals. Abernathy. He had 7 kicks in the third quarter and 23 up to three-quarter time. Onto Richardson, 25-metre handball to Gary Shaw. A much better game from him today. Up towards the full forward left pocket. Reed comes out, paddles the ball over the boundary line, and we'll see a throw-in in the left forward pocket for Collingwood.
Out of bounds about 40 metres around from their goal. Collingwood 42 points in front as we approach the 11.5-minute mark of this last quarter. Andrews and Reed. Knocked down by Reed, picked up by Buckley. The ball back there towards the wing position. Toomey goes the big punch. Over it goes to Alvin. By golly, he looks tired, but he's still got the kick as the ball comes out there towards that half-back line. There it's grabbed by Taylor. Taylor goes for a short pass, dropped by Derek Shaw, but picked up by Richardson. A hand pass coming over to Brown, and Collingwood swing back into attack again. Ronnie Andrews, no, there's nearly a free kick. It'll go to Collingwood's Tony Shaw for interference, and he'll take that free kick about 45 metres out from goal. The Magpies in front by 42 points.
We saw on replay there exactly why Tony Shaw gets that free kick, puts it up looking for Neville.
And a bit of fumbling going, and Neville Shaw actually gets a free kick here. It'll go to Bruce Dill for one in the back, or could it be Montgomery? Montgomery to take the free kick down there in the back pocket. Collingwood 42 points in front, and we're over the 12-minute mark of this last quarter. Tony Shaw and Ashman, but it'll be a free kick to Ashman.
No, 15 metres.
15 metres. Well, Carlton don't want this sort of play. They've got to keep the ball moving. They can score a quick goal, Bob, and then get another one on top of it to get themselves back into gear again.
I think they're quite able to, Lou. That's the problem.
Waiting now for Montgomery to drive the ball out to the wing position. Coming across to meet it is Dean in the front post, and that's a good mark in front of Phillips.
He hasn't been disgraced at all.
No, he certainly hasn't. I think he's going to be a player of the future for Carlton too. He's a real trier. The ball over the half-forward line for Carlton. Punch hard. Johnson couldn't hold that. Shaw gets a quick hand pass out to Gary Shaw. And the Magpies away and running again. There's a pass coming up there to Dacos. This time he's covered by Montgomery. A hand pass to Harms. It's a long one. Harms gets it back to Montgomery. They're messing about. He's got to pick it up. He's going to cop a bit of trouble, but Harms is juggling too. He still can't pick it up. Oh, they've had a chance, Al, but now they're fumbling, Carlton. They still can't get it clear. Now he can't give it to anybody. Finally gets it out to Buckley. Buckley actually threw that out. Now Sheldon's turn to fumble. Well, have you ever seen so much fumbling by a side that won so many premierships? And they're all their top players, Bob.
I think credit where it's due there, Lou. We've often been critical of Peter Dacos for not chasing, but we saw Dacos chase right down the ground on that occasion and apply pressure to Carlton.
42 points the difference at the 13.5-minute mark of the quarter. Out the back is Rains, who always does something useful. Long kick up towards left half forward, and the mark taken by Banks. Gets it on pretty quickly. McMullen into the full forward pocket, and Richardson, yes, a fine mark in front of Harms. He races in, over the top in the goal square, and putting it through is Ronnie Andrews.
He nearly missed that, Ronnie Andrews.
He did it. He kicked it at a 45-degree angle.
I nearly took a divot out. I'm not kidding.
48 points the difference, 16-12, 108 to 9-6-60.
Wonderful.
Sevens Big League is part of the 1984 Nissan VFL Premiership season.
And the quarter-by-quarter scores there. Collingwood starting off well, leading by 8 points at quarter time, 10 at half time. Their best quarter was the third. They kept Carlton goalless, a 36-point advantage at three-quarter time. And finally, Collingwood running out winners by 25 points. The major goal kickers for the Magpies, Peter Dacos, playing possibly his best game of the year, 7 goals. Richardson got 4, McMullen 2, and for Carlton, Warren Ralph, 3 goals, Dean 3, and Madden finished up with 2 goals. The stats on the game, the first semi-final, and as you can see there, Collingwood on top in all departments, excepting the free kicks and the hit-outs. Our reporter in the winners' room, the Collingwood rooms, Stephen Phillips.
Well, all the big news here at VFL Park this afternoon centred on the two rival skippers, Wayne Johnson of Carlton and Mark Williams of Collingwood. Wayne Johnson came into the Carlton side as a shock inclusion and, of course, with his back injury was very, very slow to get into the action. Mark Williams, on the other hand, was off the ground before half-time with a dislocated shoulder, and it looked ever so simple.
I just dived for a ball that was just a little bit out of my reach, and as I come down, it just made contact with the ground and just popped out. It was the first shoulder injury I've ever had, so...
And I gather it popped straight back in?
Yeah.
And I saw you come up with John Bartlett. You looked to be in a lot of pain. What did he diagnose? The collarbone straight away?
Yeah. Something, just stretched ligaments around the collarbone there, but, you know, if I... optimist as I am, work very hard the next couple of weeks and the boys do the right thing by me next week, could be a chance.
Well, you certainly had your work cut out in the second half, urging on.
Oh, yeah. When you're playing up in the forward line there, you're a bit far away from the action to urge, but it was good to get on the side so I can yell at the guys over close to the bench.
And one of the really fine players across the centre for the Magpies was Bruce Abernathy. Bruce picked up kick after kick and really cut them to ribbons. You must have been thrilled with the way you played and with the way Collingwood played.
Well, I think we owe a lot to our back line today. They made it easy for us the way they rebounded. They kicked it where we wanted it to, and when that happens, it makes it a lot easier across the centre.
What was the feeling amongst the Collingwood players when Wayne Johnson came out on the ground? Was it totally unexpected?
Well, after he trained on Thursday night at Carlton, well, I imagined everyone had to think about it. And when Alex Marquis went out in the seconds, well, it was either him or Hunter, so it was no great surprise that one of them was out there.
And Carlton seemed to lift themselves after Mark Williams went off. That must have been a bitter blow to you.
Oh, yeah, they had seemed to have a purple patch for about 10 minutes in that second quarter. They got back in the game. I probably put that down to us lapsing. You could put it down to Mark Williams' incident, but...
Did he have a talk to all the boys at half-time?
Yeah, he's always enthusiastic. His father was a great coach, and I think it's rubbed off a lot on him, and he likes to get in the action there.
Bruce, well played and all the best next week.
Thanks very much, Steve.
Peter, Collingwood really ripped Carlton apart today, and yet when Mark Williams went off, you tended to stop.
I think it's just part of the game. I think, different parts of the game is different. It's law of averages. Like Carlton had their little go, we had our little go, and it's like that all day.
Well, you had a very quiet day against Fitzroy, I suppose, and yet you burst back today with 7 goals and 19 kicks. It must have been just what you wanted.
Well, exactly right, Stephen. I think I've had an up-and-down year, and it was something I really wanted, and it's something I worked for through the week with Ray Giles, and I think things fell in nicely. I started well, I got a goal early, and really it's just a good work of players up the ground, really, that made it so good, so easy, I suppose.
especially good beating Carlton, I suppose, because you've had some great battles.
Fantastic, and especially in the final. They're all hard, the games, but especially when you come in the finals, there's more desperation than that, and to beat the old rivals is really good.
Another shot of Ronnie Andrews looking at the form guide. I hope he backed a winner. Good luck to you, Ron. Good luck to Collingwood. We'll take a break, back with more interviews and the report from Scott Palmer in just a moment on Sevens Big League.
You can get it riding. You can get it sliding. You can feel it coming on about 4. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Vic Bitter. You can get it walking. You can get it talking. You can get it working a plow. Matter of fact, I got it now. Victoria Bitter.
While some cars are preparing to meet their maker, one car continues to make history for reliability and for all-round performance. The Mitsubishi Sigma 2.6. It's got a big future because when it comes to the crunch, no other car is more reliable. It's another Mitsubishi. Once a year, we all have to wrestle with our car insurance premium. And unfortunately...
It's much bigger than last year.
So if that car insurance premiums are getting you down, call Ready Plan.
Ready Plan.
For many years, Ready Plan has been tackling overweight car insurance premiums. We usually win on price and service. With Ready Plan, you're free of car insurance worries. And that's a champion feeling.
Make the Ready Plan Car Insurance Challenge. Phone 791-5055 now.
She worked the streets, and at first he was just a client. For them, life had become a habit they tried hard to break. Brian Brown and Judy Davis in the multi-award-winning Sunday movie premiere, Winter of Our Dreams, at 8:30 on 7.
On Sevens Big League, more highlights still to come of the first semi-final, but right now let's go to the losers' dressing room, and in the Carlton rooms, Peter McKenna speaking to the dominator Wayne Johnston.
Well, congratulations in one way, Wayne, for the effort of playing yourself, but you must be a little bit disappointed with that result.
Oh, well, nobody likes to lose finals, and that's the end of our season. Unfortunately, we didn't do the coach any credit. You know, we've applied a lot of pressure on ourselves as individuals for next year, and, you know, I don't know what's going to happen now. I suppose we might have to have some, you know, that's up to the president and the committee, but now they're going to have to look at everybody all over again. 2 years in a row, falling out of the finals in very easy fashion. Something's wrong somewhere.
There seemed to be a lot of fumbling and missed-kicking early. Was there any reason for that?
Well, I wasn't really out there that early to say what was wrong and what was right. Finals are hard football, and Collingwood are always a good final side, and you know, they'll give whoever they play next week a shake because they applied pressure at the right time, and maybe we weren't just as good as applying the pressure back. We certainly couldn't take the pressure that was given, but we weren't able to apply it back.
If you had a punt on the footy today, let's see how the results turned out. And the footy bet result, Collingwood selection 17, and the dividend you will receive $6.15. Okay, let's go up to the offices of the Sunday Press right now, and the sporting editor is Scott Palmer. Scotty, a very good evening.
Good evening, Peter. Welcome viewers to the Sunday Press. What magpie mania has really hit this town. Our young players have never heard of the Collywobbles. They're forgotten. Collingwood's John Cale said this after today's great victory. He said the Magpies side was more ruthless, more aggressive than others in the past. His captain, Mark Williams, had to get someone to tie his shoelaces tonight. His dislocated shoulder is certain to keep him out of the finals. There was plenty of tension in those Magpie rooms at the final siren. Selector Ron Richards yelled, "Shut the door. You'd swear we'd won a premiership." Derek Shaw was seen to be having an argument with one of the reporters inside the rooms as well. Winger Ricky Barham will play for the Collingwood reserves tomorrow and hopes to win back his place in the senior side. Carl said he didn't care which of tomorrow's teams he met in the preliminary final. He said the finals were a 50-50 go. Carlton coach David Parkin said he hadn't decided on his coaching future. He said, "I have 1 year contract left. It's up to the club, and I suppose it's up to me too to start talking. But now's not the time to think about it." He defended his selection of Wayne Johnston, saying, quote, "It's my belief you play your captain if you can," unquote. Johnson had injections. The doctor said if there was no reaction in 24 hours, he could play, and he did.
Not a bad. Couldn't understand them leaving Ian Pate now.